Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to a very soggy edition of Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales in wet Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Dave Genius, and I'm not quite as wet, but Southern California just the same.
Yep. Dave and I have. I'm excited because
So am I.
Dave brought this mezcal to our attention. Now, Dave, you can say I don't know what happened to my bottle. I didn't get a full one. I don't know. But
Jeez.
anyway, Dave, tell us the story of how you came across this mezcal.
Well, I was at the San Diego Spirits Festival, not
Right.
Not the judging, but at the festival, and
Right.
they were in there, him and his wife.
They being I believe. Let me get the names straight because these are very nice people. Jaime Vargas is the owner, and the brand is called Cocijo.
Cocijo.
Which say that real fast 5 times and you could get in trouble. Oh, you got some nice POS. I didn't get anything. I got a letter.
I didn't get the letter.
The letter. How much have you had already?
But I had none.
That's not. Oh, you know what? You picked that up at the show, right?
I picked it. No, he actually stopped in one day. I wasn't expecting him. I pull up on the bike and I see somebody unloading something from his trunk at the top of my driveway, and it's like I park the bike and walk up there, and it's like, oh, dude, how you doing?
Well, what happened? You came across them at their table, right? Because that was a real crowded event. That was the one that we were invited to do the tastings. Myself and other
I
teachers.
sat there and was talking with him and his wife, just really hitting it off, just talking. Really nice couple. And I just said, hey, we'd love to get you on our show.
Yeah. Now had you tasted the juice while you were talking to him or prior to that? Or
I did taste it while I was talking with him, but okay. I was at a show and he wasn't my first stop. So
right. Yeah, when you do those shows, you got to pace yourself, right?
Yes.
Dave cut his teeth at the Mammoth Margarita Festival. If you've ever been to that event, you know that you got to hydrate, take a lot of water, take a lot of food breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's craziness there. And you're working too. Usually you're getting interviews when you do.
Well, that one I was just walking around.
You were the tourista.
Yeah, I was the tourista.
And so what made you stop and I mean, were you impressed with the initial flavors of the mezcal?
Yeah, I was impressed with the flavors I got then. So it was, I haven't tried it since, and I'm really itching to.
Well, you broke the seal on that. We're going to try the Joven. I don't know why my screen is doing that. Why it's playing around. It's changing color.
Mine's nice.
But yours has been broken. Okay. I'm going to hope that this clears up. My screen has turned purple. I don't know why.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, for those of you listening on the podcast, that's no big deal. So you have
like their little neck tag on here.
Wow.
Little bag of the worm salt.
See, I got nothing. I got you. Even your cap is different. Your cap, mine's a wooden cap, a wooden stopper, and yours has got a nice little glass.
Mine's wooden. It's got a little. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. So we're gonna try the Joven. We're just gonna pour it in the glasses while we're at it, and hopefully my screen clears up so you can see what we're looking at. Otherwise, everything's turning purple. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I'm pouring mine in my Stasso Jarrito.
I got a Stasso Jarrito too for the mezcal.
Yep. This is an 80 proof, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a high proof.
No.
It is Joven Espadín, and we'll give you some more ins and outs on the stories later on. Yep. Let's see what we got here. Besides a purple screen, I don't even know if you can see that. Look at how shiny it is in purple. It's lavender, actually. It's a nice color of lavender.
Let's see. Is the legs and tears going?
It's working. It's trying to.
It's trying to. I think it's a little on the thinner side.
Yeah, well, it is considered artisanal, so that means that they are, you know, there are certain protocols that they follow, procedures in order for it to be classified as a artisanal mezcal.
But there are legs and tears forming, definitely now.
Oh yeah.
Seeing better.
Wow, I wish that would clear up. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe if I turn my light on, light off, I don't know. Let me grab my ring light here, folks. Just bear with me because these are beyond our control, beyond mine anyway. Let's see what we got. No, I got nothing. I'm still purple.
You're
All right,
still
what the hell?
purple.
Leave the light on. We'll leave the light on for you. Yeah, wow. Now I'm getting some really thick legs and tears.
Yeah, it's starting to cling. I wonder why that is. Why it took a while to get started.
Well, you know, you've had yours on the living room floor for a while. Mine's been open, but I haven't touched it in like weeks.
You must have tried it all at once.
Yeah. Well, no, I had to hide it from myself because there's a particular reason why that is. This is a Joven Espadín. Oh my! Wow.
I get a little of the smoke right at the first, and then
Yeah.
just dug into a nice agave sweetness.
It's a heavier and denser aroma for sure. More plant, more. But you know what, Dave? It's got some bright notes at the tail end of this nose.
Okay.
I mean, you're right. It's got the smoke, and then that dissipates, and then it's got more of the plant, and then I'm getting some brighter notes.
Yeah, I like that. It's not all medicinal like some of the mezcals can be.
Yeah. Well, I think Dave is slowly working up to his tolerance for higher proof.
The nose is just changing.
Yeah, and on one side you get more of the plant and the denseness, and on the other side,
You get some of the earthiness, a little earthiness.
that's it. That's it.
It's got to be good. You know, they're putting it in the pit, so.
Yeah, it is. I'll be able to read you what his letter says to us, to me anyway. It was very nice. It wrote us a nice little letter about the family history and how they came about to doing this.
Right.
Because he's importing it with a partner. I mean, these guys are importing and doing show. Now, do you know, was he part of the show? Did we get a chance to taste his juice while we were judging?
No, he got last minute into the festival part of it. He didn't get into the judging.
Oh,
He didn't know about it, and kind of, like you said, last minute. So
they kind of fell into it, huh? Okay.
yeah, they kind of fell into it.
What a pleasant surprise. What a pleasant nose, though. This is a really nice nose. Very pleasant.
I'm liking it.
How about we taste it? I mean, you know, nobody can see me anyway. It's all in purple. So what the hell, right? Let's just taste this sucker and see what it goes. Oh, wow.
Nice agave sweetness, a little of the smoke up on the front. It fell into that nice, just agave sweetness, almost, you know, kind of a smoked tequila in a way.
Now, I know what you consider smoke and what I consider fibrousness, because I know that they ferment with the fibers. They can shred, though. I'm not exactly sure what they're using for shredding. They may use a tahona. I'm not sure. Tahona. Okay. That explains why you're getting what you would consider smoke. I consider more the plant and denseness. When you ferment with fibers, you get a lot of that kind of that wild plant-like essence. Okay. And the smoke, usually if it's done well, especially at the higher proofs, and I've done this with other of the TJs, the smoke is like an afterthought. You won't even know it's there until like you've had 2 or 3 passes. Then all of a sudden it starts to coat the palate and you go, oh, there's the smoke.
Mm. It's got a little bite to it, a little
Yeah.
peppery bite.
Yep.
Kind of along the lines of tequila.
It's for an espadín, I was really impressed with it, even at 80 proof, because there's still a lot of character to it. It's got a nice medium to long finish.
It does. Does have a nice finish. Let's see. All I got is a little of their production process. 7-year.
7-year espadín.
Yeah. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, it's always a más o menos when we're talking about non-commercially grown espadín.
It looks a lot like Blue Weber's, on their website here.
Well, yeah, but the espadín is the closest relative to a Blue Weber, so and that figures that they would look similar.
And then cooked in a artisan stone-lined underground pit. Once the firewood heats up the stones, maguey is put into the pit to be cooked. Takes about 4 days.
That's about right. I mean, the denseness that I'm getting, and then does it talk about the fermentation at all?
Grinding of the maguey. It is a stone mill where it is pulled by a mule to be crushed.
Right. That's Tahona. Right.
It's Tahona. Fermentation put into oak vats or tenas de maderas. Maderas.
Tinas de maderas. They're pine vats.
Right. Well, it says tinas.
Tinas is a vat.
But it says oak vats.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, is it oak or is it pine? That's interesting. Oak vats. Okay.
Says oak vats, and then it says tinas de maderas, and then it shows what looks like stainless.
Well,
takes 15 to 20 days depending on temperature of the surrounding environment.
Oh yeah, for
Distilled
fermentation.
in copper stills. Each holds maximum 300 liters. And
So these are really small batches then, what they are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the information that I have, the letter that they gave us, gives a little bit more background on the family. I think I read it when I first received the information, but he says, as a kid, my parents would send my brothers and me to help at our grandma's house. Since we were there, we would stop by my uncle's house, and that's the first time I knew about mezcal. He would take us to the large fields full of maguey plants before heading over to the mezcaleria. There, we would smell the piña of the maguey cooking and distilling. And when the liquid was packed up in plastic barrels, we would go back to the house and bottle it ourselves. Wow. Then my brothers and I would help sell the bottles in a little store behind our uncle's house. Sometimes we would even hollow out the center of the bamboo-like plant, fill it with mezcal, cork it up, and sell it to the locals. It said, my family has been doing this since the 1940s, and our Zapotec ancestors have been making a version of mezcal for hundreds of years before then. Truth be told, I didn't think of getting into the business myself until the recession came around, and I had to declare bankruptcy for my music business. Wow, that sucks.
Another music business. Wow.
Yeah. And the idea came to me when I was in a Bevmo, and all I could find was one brand of mezcal among the dozens of brands of tequila. Well, that's Bevmo for you. For anybody who shopped at Bevmo, you know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Then I thought about all the hundreds of years of tradition and culture that my family kept alive in the 40s, and was inspired to bring it here to the States in the 21st century. My vision for Cocijo Mezcal is to provide time-honored flavors and excellent quality to all, so that anyone, provided they drink responsibly, may celebrate friendship, family, and life. That was a nice little, that's a real personal letter that they sent to me. I'm glad you got all the swag. I got the background story. I love it. Dave, I think you'll agree with me. Brand of Promise nominee. You
Brand of
can see it.
Promise nominee.
There we go. You can see it clear on Dave's screen. It's a little purple on mine, but it's a Brand of Promise nominee in the Espadín Joven category in the 80 proof. But stick with us. That's our take on the Joven.
Yep.
Stick with us. We've got Reposado, and we have an Añejo that I'm dying to taste in a Glencairn. So bear with us. I'm going to try and clear up my screen problem, but if you've been listening to us, that's our take on Cocijo Mezcal. Do we have a price point on these guys at all, Dave?
Old Town Tequila, $37.99
For the Espadín, for the Joven?
for the Joven.
Wow, for this kind of quality? Seriously?
I know he's in the liquor store too, right around the corner from me. Slick's Liquor. I don't know how much there. He's in a bunch of little liquor stores.
Doing a lot of his own footwork, apparently.
Yeah, he is. He's doing his own footwork.
Wow.
So, I mean,
that's outstanding. I love this stuff. I can't wait to get to the Repo and Añejo with you because I didn't dissect it when I had it the first time, but I will tell you, I had to hide it from me. Once I got past this, I looked at it and go, holy cow, this goes down way too smooth. Way too easily. Sorry.
Way too easy.
We can't use the word smooth. Okay. But that's our take on Cocijo Mezcal. If you folks have had it, especially out where Dave's at in North County, San Diego County,
San Diego area. Yep. He's all over down here.
Tell us what you're doing with it and what you're paying for it. And in the meantime, stick with us. We're going to have the Reposado and Añejo reviews here shortly, and I'm going to try and clear up my screen. Okay. Right. So that's our take. I'm Mike Morales here in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley in Southern California. That guy out there is
Dave Dinius. I'm in Vista, California.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like, share it with other tequila aficionados and mezcal idiots and tequila idiots and all those guys.
Go get some of yourself.
Yeah, go get some yourself, and then send us a note. Tell us what you're doing with it. But whatever you do, folks, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.